All right, good morning. I just wanted to show you another software this morning. It's very, very similar to SolidWorks. It's called Onshape. It's free to you. All you have to do is create this free account. By the way, I will put the link to this in Google Classroom, so that'll be there for you guys. Here's the cool thing about Onshape. It's very similar to SolidWorks. I would say it's about 75 to 80% the same. How it works and how it's set up, I actually think is a little bit easier than SolidWorks. But the real nice thing about it is that you're not locked into 7:30 to 3:30 during the day where you can use it. So you can use this anytime. It's free to you. The other cool thing is it is a browser-based CAD software. So you can run this directly on a Chromebook. You don't even have to use Itopia. Okay. Now, I didn't originally share this with you guys because I wanted you to go through that Itopia process, and some of you guys still might prefer to use this. So I'm just showing this as another software. When I'm done drawing a file in here, I can actually save it as a SolidWorks file. So I can bounce back and forth between the two, which is also a nice feature. So if some of you guys really like the CAD stuff, or you want extra time to work on drawing things, I think you probably know enough now where you can teach yourself Onshape. Okay. So, and I can help some of you guys if you want to do that too. So let me show you how to get started with this. All right. You click create a free account, put your first, your last name, your email. Are you a student or a teacher? And then grade level, K-12. Okay. Create an account. I already have an account, so I'm going to click sign in. Okay. Wait a second here. It's just spinning. I already got my information in there. Hit sign in. Okay. Here we go. So once you get into Onshape, I already have some files drawn here. Okay, which is kind of cool. I also can link my Google Drive account. So I can take files directly from here, put it into Google Drive. So if you really want to upload files fast to Google Classroom, Onshape might be a nice way to go for you guys. Okay, so when you get to the screen, you're kind of looking like, well, what do I do? Here's the deal about Onshape. It automatically saves your work for you. Okay, so there's going to be no save button in Onshape, and that's quite a bit different than SolidWorks, right? The reason Onshape looks very similar to SolidWorks, it's actually a couple of the CEOs or people high up in the SolidWorks company left and they started their own company. Okay, so they brought a lot of the same design and setup, and that's why it looks very, very similar. If I want to start a new drawing, I go to create. It says, well, what do you want to create? Do you want to import a file? So I could import a file, a SolidWorks file, and start editing in here. Okay, so let's say during the day you didn't quite finish up. You could get into Onshape, import the SolidWorks file, and start working on it in here. Okay, there's a few other steps, but you can do it. I want to create a brand new document. That's what they call it. Instead of a part, they call it a document. I'm going to just name this test two, say okay. And as this is loading, I actually had a student teach himself last year how to use Onshape because he knew SolidWorks. So I know it's possible. I learned SolidWorks before I learned Onshape. So, all right, you can see that the format's very similar. I see the drawing space in here. I see a history manager over here with the top, front, and right view. I have sketching. And then instead of features, they call it extruding. Okay, so this looks very similar to SolidWorks, right? So if I want to draw something in here, by the way, I can also go into different views over here. So isometric, right view. Okay, so there's your view buttons. Okay. Oh, hold on. It's refreshing here. Usually it's pretty good. I have kind of spotty internet right now, so that's why it's kicking me out. So I'm going to go back into here. And here we go. I'm going to draw something. So I'm going to go top view. I want to sketch. And I want to do a circle. There it is. Okay, once again, green check mark, just like SolidWorks, click that. And now I want to extrude this up. It says, well, what do you want to do? I want to make it 2 inches. Okay, what do you want to extrude? I want to click on that, green check mark. There it is. Okay, now if I want to save it, because remember, there is no save button in here. So this is where you're going to start kind of looking around like, what do I do? Once you have a three-dimensional part, you can come down here to where your part is. This is your tab. If I right click, I can click this button called export. Okay, and then I left click and I can give it a name. I can say test 2. What format do you want to export it as? See how the default is already SolidWorks? Okay, I can click on this and there's all sorts of different things. So if I want a 3D print, I could do it .stl. By the way, the file format for Onshape, the default is actually Parasolid. So that's what they use. But because I have saved this back and forth between SolidWorks a lot, it automatically came up for SolidWorks. So you guys can see, I could start a drawing in here and open it up in SolidWorks. So I can go SolidWorks. Okay, where do I want to put it? Because I already have this linked, I can download it. Or once you link your Google Drive, it will put it right in your Google Drive, which is kind of slick. Okay, I want to say it's there and export. Okay, so now it's there. So mess around with this. Some of you guys might want to start using Onshape a little bit. It's kind of fun. I actually think it's easier to use. All right, and give it a shot. This will especially give you guys some more time to work on stuff outside of that 7:30 to 3:30 time. Okay, we'll talk to you later.